So to create the graphic of the word and image, what you're going to need to do is first draw your image and use Sharpie to enhance it a little bit so that you have a really strong black and white image. And I'm going to show you something here that is helpful because you might be taking images in from other sources, and sometimes you want to do that instead of just taking a picture of it on Adobe Capture on the iPad. You might already have the image on your computer and you can just pull that in and trace it. So what we need to do is to create a new document, and then once we've done that, we're going to place that image inside of the document. So go to File, click Place, and then you'll find that image and click on Place. Now I've drawn a bear here, and I just click and drag, and now I have that photograph in this document. Well, it's still a bitmap, and you can still see that it's got some grays and some imperfections in it. And so what we need to do is to change that into a vector by tracing it. So what we'll do is go up to Object, scroll down to Image Trace, and click Make. Now when you do that, by default it should turn it into a simple black and white vector image. However, you can see there are lots of little bumps on there that I might not want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust that. You can click on this little box right here, which will pull up the image trace panel, or what you can do is click on the window and select image trace, and then that panel will pop up, and you should see some different options. Presets or default, you can of course get pretty technical with that. We're just going to do a simple black and white trace. So what we want to do is to adjust the threshold until we have enough black and white. So the threshold is less black or more black. So it's going to determine how much black is in your image. So all the way down with less, if you take it there, it'll render that, oh, there's nothing there pretty much. Or more all the way up, it's going to go the opposite way. So less black, more white, or more black. I'm going to bring it somewhere back into the middle there. I might boost that just a little bit and make sure that we're good. I think we are. However, I can still see that it's fairly rough along the edges. So if I click on this little arrow next to the advanced, this word advanced right here, you're going to see some other options: paths, corners, and noise. Now these are going to determine how smooth this is. Paths, the more paths you have, the more detailed it's going to be, the more accurate it's going to have traced it. If I go to low, it's going to do it the opposite way. It's going to take that down. In fact, what I want to do is bring that down so that it smooths it out a little bit. I'm going to take the corners. I don't want sharp corners. I want less corners on there. So I'm going to smooth it out a little bit more that way. And then bringing up the noise actually ends up distorting it a little bit more. And in this case, for me, that's what I want, because I want it to be a pretty simple image of the bear. And now what we have is a vectorized image of the drawing that we did. However, it's not set up into separate fills and strokes. So what we want to do is make each of these parts editable.